So here we are, folks. Guess just on a little run up to the son's house. So I thought I'd not so much rant as express my opinions on a few things. First thing I'd like to express my opinion on is happy birthday. We're 100 years old today. Ireland is a republic for 100 years. Isn't that amazing? And then you start to say, oh, well, let's see now. So who's been in charge of this country for 100 years? Well, it seems Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and with the rare exception Labour, have been in power for 100 years. So they've nobody else to blame. Can't blame Sinn Féin, can't blame the independents, can't blame the socialists. They've been in power for 100 years and have the country in the state it's in. They allowed the Catholics to do what the Catholics did, and now they're allowing developers and money grabbers to do what they do. And nobody can touch them because they're the political elite. You know they're the political elite when they can be elected to government on the promise of being honest. They can break the law and the ethics of the various parties and resign their ministerial seat but keep the TV seat. How about that? You think that's bad? Haven't started yet. We got the Irish Army. The Irish Army are very badly paid. In fact, they're so badly paid that a lot of the recruits have to go on welfare to supplement their wages. How many armies around the world do that? And then, of course, you got the guards. Now, the guards are something else. The first thing I don't like about the guards is they're not very honest. And you got blue shirts. Now, blue shirts, you say, well, that's just a colour, isn't it? Well, the only problem with that is it's connotations of 1930s Ireland. Because in 1930s Ireland, the Fine Gael party had a section, a very prominent section, I might add, because they were out marching, they were out campaigning. They were called the Blue Shirts. They were a neo-fascist organisation within the Fine Gael party. Now, they don't like you knowing about that or talking about it or mentioning it, but we're going to deal with it anyway. So, we have a country run 100 years by a-holes, looking after their own interests and the interests of their friends. Case in point, look at Dev. For fuck's sake, man. He gave the Catholics everything they wanted to do, all the control. As long as he wasn't bothered, he didn't give a shit. Let them run riot. And we're still trying to get rid of them. But the amazing thing is, they still got the land. They promised to reimburse people for the hardships they caused. But they're not selling the land to do it. No, they're relying on the government to help them out there because they're poor, There's no money. Catholic Church has no money in Ireland. Lots of land, but no money. And then we got our beloved politicians. Now, over the years, God knows how many there's been over 100 years, but in the last, let's say the last 2 months, we've had 3 junior ministers. Oh, sorry, I'll correct myself. 2 junior ministers resign, and a current minister admits that he falsified records to the accounts committee on his election in 2016. Now, some will say, oh, well, that's not. What's £1,000 here or there in an election, right? The point is, this guy is working as a finance minister. We're trusting him to look after the country's finance and be honest with the people. Instead, what do we find? He ain't honest. He ain't honest. But he's going to stick it out. And this, I thought it was very interesting this morning when uh, Micheál Martin got on the radio and announced that he would support him as long as no other shit turned up. I wonder what's going to happen if other shit turned up. Will he call for an election? I wonder. It's a scared shit. It's scared shit that Sinn Féin are going to get in. And while I don't particularly want Sinn Féin in, Sinn Féin are the only party, mind you, who haven't been in power in this country. Now they're saying that Sinn Féin would be crap as a government, but how do we know? They haven't exactly shone a light on crap in this country. I mean, the fall of Fine Gael, they've been hand in hand with big business and multinationals since the inauguration of the state. But you don't want Sinn Féin in. Jesus Christ, heck you Sinn. Now, I don't think Sinn Féin are going to manage to do anything spectacular. In fact, I think they'll make a flop of it because of what they're inheriting. But the fact is, they haven't had a chance. They've been slandered left, right, and centre because of their origins. But wait a minute. Wasn't Fine Gael the Free Staters? Wasn't Fianna Fáil the old IRA rebellion? So violence is in two groups. We only have their word for it. There's not violent these days. I mean, who knows? We know a lot of, let's say, whistleblowers have been shut down. Is that violent? Well, it's debatable. But the point is, they are not going beyond the law. Now, I'll celebrate this 100 years of a republic in my way. But as for trusting to the government of this country and the democracy it's supposed to be based on, no way. This country is a cesspool of thievery and skullduggery. It would be beautiful if I could turn around and say there was at least one honest politician, but there's not. I voted for a politician a couple of years ago in an election, and I'm still voting for him. He's still getting in. But now I'm noticing how much he actually cares about the people who voted him in, because he's not answering emails, he's not answering queries, he's never available because he's too busy. There are more important things. And what can be more important than the guy who I've gone on far too long. So I think I just might cut it. I'm just going to wait until I get sun and show you this beautiful Dublin Hills here. It's absolutely good. Wow, I don't know why that happens. It's a bit of a dip there, but it never happened before.